Okay, hopefully this turns out. This is really the only time today I had a chance to make this video. But as you can see, the rear fender is back on the racer. I figured out why I don't got reverse. The shifter linkage underneath is actually hitting right around here on the fender when you go to put it in reverse. Most likely this machine has bent a bit in the middle over time, and the fender has gotten closer to the shifter linkage, and it's not allowing the shifter linkage to move. Also, I discovered I only have gears 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry, 4 right down there. It wasn't set back all the way. So that's right where reverse should go in, but that's neutral right about there. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm not even getting 5 and 6. So I'm thinking of a different way, or thinking about a way in general, on how to get 5 and 6 out of this machine without cutting my fender. Cutting the fender is the last resort. I rather modify my shifter linkage than cut the fender. So I'm open to suggestions on anyone's suggestions on how I should do this. My initial idea is to cut the shifter right here and relocate the actual arm so it will still shift down into 5 and 6 but still retain the stock location. So basically pushing the shifter farther forward underneath, and it should still go into reverse. I don't mind cutting this area right here a bit to get into reverse, and I don't mind clearancing this piece right here a bit, right where the R is. I don't want to cut the fender. And for down here where I'm hitting, I'm going to have to cut that a little wee bit. The whole object of this tractor is a sleeper. I don't want it to necessarily first glance look modified. You basically got to look at it closely and basically say, oh, that thing has side pipes. It's lowered. It looks lowered in a standard tractor. So I don't want it to look modified at first. Basically, you got to look at this thing and see that it is physically modified, or listen to the horns, which I'm not going to set off right now. It's only about 5:30 at night, but still, it's people are in their homes. So anyways, there's where I'm at on this. So I'm thinking of different ways I can modify the shifter to try and get 5 and 6, and most likely I'm going to have to do a small clearance hole right there to allow the rod to come through. I might find my extra linkage I have, put it into place, and see if I still have the same issues. If you remember from previous videos, the linkage that's on here is modified. So I'm going to see if I have one that's stock, which I do believe I do, somewhere in that cupboard right there. I'm going to try it first. If I do have one, if it will work, I'm good. If not, I'm going to have to do some modifications. I do believe this whole problem's stemming from this tractor being lowered. It's not lowered very much, but it is still lowered. There's normally a much larger gap. I'll show on the other tractor. You can see it more on this tractor right here. Also, that one's set up to run smaller tires. So it's not much of a difference in the lower, but to get on and off the machine, you can definitely tell it is lowered. So sorry about the wind noise, sorry about this video being dark. Like I said, it's the only time I had to do this video, and I wanted to get done. I want to get some suggestions on how I should handle the situation. I'm not cutting out the fender in the middle to do a direct access to the transmission. That's not an option because of the gear ratio on the belts and the pulleys. That's definitely not an option. So I do got to keep it with a side shift, but I either got to modify this existing shifter so I can get 5 and 6, or I need to modify the actual shifter linkage and replace it with a different shifter linkage if I have one. So if I don't have that, I'm going to have to modify what I have, but if I do have that, I'm definitely going to swap it in and see if it solves my issue. So that's a quick update on the racer. It's coming along, but it's got to get these few issues figured out, because I definitely need reverse, and I definitely want 5 and 6. If it was just 6 gear, it wouldn't really bother me, but there's a lot of power in this machine left with gears 5 and 6 that it's not even getting into. So I'm kind of curious to see what it's going to do with 5 and 6, It's probably going to be really dangerous, but I definitely want to see what this machine will do. So I'll talk to them later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.